Hi guys, we are working on lesson 29 problem set today, and this gets into comparing fractions once again. And we're going to start with number 1, which is just a sample of what we're going to start with here, where we're looking at pictures. Okay, so it says to identify the fraction of the figures shaded in each model and use the greater than, less than, or equal sign to compare the fractions. So if you look at number 1, we need to write in our fractions. We have 2 parts shaded, which is our numerator, out of a total of 6 parts. This fraction is 2 parts shaded out of a total of 3 parts. We're comparing 2/6 and 2/3. And when you look at the amount shaded, even though they both have 2 pieces, this fraction, 2/6, is a smaller amount than 2/3. And so we're filling in with the less than sign. So that's what we're going to do for the first 4 problems here. So let's look at number 2. Our fraction here is 1, 2, 3 parts shaded out of a total of 4, 3/4. The next one is 3 parts shaded out of a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 parts. And I just counted half and doubled it to get the 8. So is 3/4 less than, greater than, or equal to 3/8? Well, it's way more shaded there, so here's my greater than symbol. All right, let's go to number 3. Here we have 1 part shaded out of 4, or 1/4. This is 1 part shaded out of 2. So we would say 1/4 is less than 1/2. And the last one, we've got 4 shaded out of 4. Here we've got 4 shaded out of 6. This one has the whole thing shaded, so that is bigger. 4/4 is greater than 4/6. So hopefully that's pretty straightforward when you look at a picture to solve the problem. All right, so moving along, now we're going to look at some number lines. Okay, the directions say to partition each number line into the units labeled on the left. Then use the number lines to compare the fractions. All right, so we've got halves. So that means between 0 and 1, we need 2 pieces. So that's going to be about right there. Okay, then I'm going to label them 0 halves, 1/2, 2 halves. Okay, next one, fourths. That means I'm going to break it in half, and then I'm going to break each of those in half. So I've got 0/4, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. Ooh, and then my last one is 1/8. So I'm going to divide it in half. Divide each of those in half. So I'm using these lines above as kind of my guide. And now I have to divide each of those in half to get 8 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So 0/8, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and 8/8. So I'm going to use these number lines to help me with these comparisons. So 3/8 and 3/4. Here's 3/8, here's 3/4. 3/8 is closer to 0, so it's less than 3/4. And hopefully you remember that lesson where we really focused in on seeing which fraction was closer to 0. Here we've got 4/4, which I know is 1 whole, and 4/8, which is right here halfway between. So 4/4 is greater than 4/8. In number 7, 2/4 and 2/8. So both the same number of pieces again. But we've got 2/8 here and 2/4 here. So 2/8 is a smaller one. That means 2/4 is greater than 2/8. So you need to be able to know how to compare fractions using those number lines. Number 8 says to draw our own model to compare the following fractions, 3/10 and 3/5. So I've got to break one of them into 10 pieces. That's what this tells me. And the other one is 5 pieces. I'm going to break this in half. I'm going to break each of those into 5 sections. That'll give me 10. And then here, I need 5 total sections, so they're going to be a little bigger. Okay, and I'm looking at 3/10 here, so 1, 2, 3/10 is right here, and 3/5, 1, 2, 3 is right here. So 3/10 is closer to 0, so that means it's smaller, so this is going to be the less than symbol. Okay, let's do number 9. Same idea. You've got 2 6, so I'm going to go halfway between, and then I'm going to make each one of those into thirds. And this one is 2 8, so halfway between is here. And I'm going to go half and half. Now I've got 4ths, now I need to go 8ths, so I'm going to break all those in half. So 2 6s right here. And 2 8ths is right here. So 2 6 is going to be greater than 2 8ths because it's farther down the number line, closer to 1. Or 2 8ths is smaller. Since it's on the right side here, that means 2 6 has to be bigger. Okay? All right. Moving on to number 10. John ran 2/3 kilometer after school. Nicholas ran 2/5 kilometer after school. Who ran the shorter distance? Okay, I'm going to put a box around this just so we know. Use the model below to support your answer. Label one hole as 1 kilometer. So this is 1 kilometer. Okay, so this top one is broken into thirds. That means this one is John. And he ran 2/3, so I'm going to shade in 2/3. Nicholas ran 2/5, so this is going to be Nicholas. Oops, didn't really leave much space for the whole word. And he ran 2/5, so I'm going to shade in 2/5. So who ran the shorter? Nicholas. So Nicholas ran the shorter distance, simply because he's got less colored in. Okay. Number 11 is very similar. Erica ate 2/9 of a licorice stick. Robbie ate 2/5 of an identical licorice stick. Who ate the most? Use the model below to support your answer. So, this one is 9ths, so this is Erica, and she ate 2. Robbie had 2/5. Who ate the most? Robbie ate the most. Okay, now don't turn the computer off. I want to do a real quick kind of mini lesson on what I call mixed numbers. Okay, a mixed number is a number like this, where you've got a whole number like the 1 and a fraction together. And we would say this is 1 and 1/2. Okay, this is 3 and 2/3. Okay, so to show you a picture, 1 1/2 is like we're saying 1 whole piece plus half of another one. Okay, another way of saying this is 3/2. Okay, if I divided them both in half, I have 1, 2, 3 parts shaded in. And so 3/2 is what we call an improper fraction. When we want to show it the simplest way, we change it into the whole plus whatever fractional pieces are left. Okay, this is going to be 3 pizzas, okay, and 2/3 of another one. Okay, oops, otherwise known as 11/3. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so just wanted a quick lesson for you on mixed numbers. You can go ahead and get started on your problem set. Thanks for listening.